Yeah.
And speaking of budget and going on to the next piece here, y'all remember Dell XPS? Their pro laptop line? Yeah, that shit's gone now. They have now rebranded the the Dell XPS into the Dell Pro. So the XPS, just to give a quick summary, they are usually the higher end laptops used for businesses like your CEOs and all that shit too. Good power, good spec, thin, like a bunch of high end, real cool shit. And what they've done is that they rebranded these laptops. So you have the Dell Pro and the Dell Pro Max are their main lines. Yeah, so the Dell Pro and the Dell Pro Max. Dell Pro Max is going to be like your highest end, best processor, most amount of RAM, best GPU, things like that. Dell Pro, and of course it's gonna be the larger one of the three. Then the Dell Pro is gonna be like your mid-range, and then your Dell is just gonna be, well, your standard Dell. So something to keep an eye out for. I know even Intel also did a name change with the Core i9 or the i series for like their naming moniker. That has been since changed, but it's still the same stuff that you know and love. They just want to try and help modernize, I suppose, for the current generation. Speaking of modernizing, Asus is partnering up with Qualcomm. Yes, that Qualcomm, the Qualcomm that makes the mobile processors, are also bringing their processors to the laptops, where you're able to get a energy efficient processor for doing stuff on the go. Can also handle a bit of gaming and game streaming too. And with these, you're going to be getting a little bit more than 1080p 60 hertz display. Has an AI camera on there where it can detect you to see if you're sitting in front of the screen, which will in turn enable, or rather dim the display to help give you a little bit more battery life, because it knows, oh, I'm actively being used. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Comes with USB-C ports, 2 USB-A's, HDMI port, and an audio jack. Then they also have a bunch of AI features for watching videos or editing photos, things like that. But it's a pretty inexpensive laptop. They go with they're going to be starting at about $700 and $750 depending on the model. So it's going to be honestly a good back to school laptop. Like if you just need a laptop just to be like, hey, I got papers to write, I have things to do, online courses, stuff like that, this will be a really good, better price and better efficiency benchmark for this. So that way you can go ahead and do longer sessions. They're boasting a battery life up to about a little less than 20 hours. So you can study all day, listen to your music like I have here all day, do whatever you got to do all day, just for the most part. With these, they tend not to have a hell of a lot of storage, but you can always, with these things being meant to be so lightweight, power efficient, and portable, you're going to be fine with just using SD cards. And SD cards, if there's support available, which I think there is not, sorry about the bonk, but you do have USB-A ports. So remember those flash drives and external hard drives I showed you earlier? Yeah, that. So that's something to look out for, and to honestly keep in mind if you have someone going to school, or if you're going back to school. Keep Asus ZenBook in the back of your mind. I am an Asus fan. I am not sponsored. God, I wish I was. But please sponsor me, bro. Please, Asus, please sponsor me, please. But yeah. So Asus is a very good brand. I actually swear by when it comes to a lot of their products. Computers, no exception. Shit's good. I definitely recommend it. But something I didn't expect to see is the advent of rollable screens. So and I kind of don't like this. This is kind of a weird one. Here's what I mean. So laptop is a 14-inch laptop screen that can expand up to 16.7 inches. And it's like, I know like flexible screen tech has been like talked about a lot. And what happens with this laptop is that it unfurls and shows more and more and more screen. So it gets just taller and taller and taller. Fucking wish I was a little bit taller, a little bit taller, a little bit taller. Give me just a second, chat. I'm just gonna go ahead and handle some business real quick. All right, anywho, wish I was a little bit taller looking ass. And again, we don't want laptops to be taller. It is gesture control to work this out, but it's a nice gimmick at best. Very gimmicky. This is one of the small things about CES I don't like. They do gimmicks here and there, and it's like, Sure, I guess, but it doesn't really show much use. If you really want a bigger screen, just get a bigger laptop, or if you really want to have a taller screen, just get a decent sized tablet and just operate in vertical orientation or portrait orientation as opposed to being in landscape like traditional laptops.